All right, next video. We've got a couple different things going on here. So find volume by first using trig, which is the SOHCAHTOA, or Pythagorean theorem, and then working backwards from the volume to solve for one of the sides, or like a radius, for example. And that's what we're going to do on this first one. We are given the volume of a cylinder, and we know the height, but we want to find the radius. So I'm just going to draw our cylinder here as best I can. So we know the height is 16, but what we don't know is the radius. So our volume formula for a cylinder is pi r squared times the height. And they tell us the volume is 3600 pi, and that equals our volume formula. So pi r squared, I don't know radius, so I'm just going to leave that as r squared, times the height, which is 16. So first thing, I see there's pi on both sides. I'm going to divide that out. Both those pi's are gone. So then I'm going to divide out this 16. So 3600 divided by 16, I get 225 on that side equals r squared on the other side. Square root 15 equals r. There we go. Number 2, find the volume of the solid, and we can see that we've got not the height, but the angle up there on top. So if I kind of redraw that right triangle there, the radius is 13, and this angle is 32 degrees. And we want to know the height of the cone, which is going to be the bottom side there. So think about your SOHCAHTOA for a minute. We've got the opposite and the adjacent. So TOA, tan, uses opposite and adjacent. So tan 32 equals opposite over adjacent. Cross multiply, and we get x, and I'm skipping a couple steps here, but equals 13 over tan 32. And x equals 20.8. So now I know the height, I know the radius, I can just plug that in to my volume formula. So for a cone, it's just 1/3 of the cylinder formula we just used. So 1/3 times pi times radius squared times the height. Multiply those all together, and we get 3,681.1 meters cubed. All right, the next one is very, very similar, so I'm going to leave you to try that one. I will draw in some little helping lines here. So we know that this side is 13, and if this bottom is half of the base, that's going to be 5. So use Pythagorean to find the height. I'm going to run out of room. Pythagorean to find the height, and I will leave that one to you, and you can check the notes for that answer. So then let's look at the last one here. So given the surface area, find the volume. So this is going to be a couple steps. So to find the volume, we need to know the radius. So volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. So I'm going to start here with the surface area and then work my way over to volume. So we know the surface area is 576 pi equals our formula. So I am going to divide both sides by 4 pi. 4 pi. If you're putting that in your calculator, you'll need parentheses. And we get 144 equals the radius squared. So we get 12 equals the radius. Now that we know our radius, we just need to plug it in over here for the volume, and then we've got our volume. So 4/3 times pi times 12 cubed. So 4/3, if you're typing that in your calculator, you would just do 4 divided by 3, then times pi, then times 12 raised to the third, and we get 7,238.2 feet cubed. All right, there it is.